Welcome back to our podcast where we explore aspects of life, spirituality, and personal growth. Today, we're diving into a fascinating topic drawn from a well-known verse in the Bible, Matthew 7, verse 6. The concept at the heart of this passage revolves around discernment and knowing when to share our deeper insights, or as the scripture puts it, our pearls.
That sounds intriguing. I've always found it interesting how ancient texts like the Bible can still offer relevant lessons today. So what does it mean when it talks about not giving dogs what is sacred or throwing pearls to pigs?
Great question. This verse actually carries a powerful message about discernment, not just naivety. The dogs and pigs mentioned aren't universal labels. Rather, they symbolize different kinds of audiences we might encounter in our lives. A dog might represent someone who actively rejects the truths we hold dear.
So it comes down to understanding our audience. It's not about labeling people as undeserving, right?
Exactly. The verse emphasizes that discernment is personal and very much about our unique assignments. It reminds us that not everyone will value what we bring to the table, and that's okay. There are various reasons people might not be receptive: their timing, life experiences, or even their current mindset.
And you mentioned the term pearls. Can we define what that means in this context? I'm assuming it refers to valuable insights, ideas, or personal revelations, right?
Yes, absolutely. In this context, pearls represent those deep, personal insights and callings, spiritual treasures, if you will, that we carry. The scripture warns us against sharing these treasures indiscriminately. There might be people in our lives who simply aren't prepared to receive them.
So, what about the dog test mentioned? How exactly do we identify these dogs?
The dog test is about discernment when it comes to our values and truths. Dogs, in this metaphor, represent those who are closed off from the truth. They don't just disagree, they actively reject what you stand for. Engaging with them can be exhausting, as you cannot argue someone into valuing what you offer. The wise choice here? Moving on without bitterness. It protects your energy.
And that leads us to the pig test, right? I imagine if dogs reject the truth, pigs might just be unprepared for it.
Spot on. The pig test identifies those who don't necessarily oppose you, but are simply immature or unequipped to understand what you're offering. They might look at a pearl and treat it like mud because they lack the framework to appreciate its worth. It's not hostility, it's unreadiness. These people need time to grow before they can truly appreciate what you have to share.
I like that distinction. Can you give us some modern examples of how this applies? It seems particularly relevant today with social media being such a big part of how we connect.
Absolutely. In the context of social media, not every deep insight needs to be public. Think of it this way. If you constantly share your personal revelations in forums where the audience isn't ready, you risk witnessing your pearls getting trampled. For instance, if you have a remarkable lesson that took you years to learn, sharing it in a hostile or indifferent environment can lead to disrespect or misunderstanding.
That's a great reminder about personal spaces and boundaries. It's essential to protect our emotional energy.
Exactly. Discernment is about love and stewardship. It means recognizing that our insights are valuable and we must protect them. This doesn't make us elitist or selfish. Instead, it shows that we respect both the treasure we carry and the people around us.
I'm quite intrigued. So how do we discern when a person is right or wrong for sharing our pearls? Do we have a checklist?
While there's no strict checklist, reflecting on some questions can help. What pearl in your life right now needs to be protected? This isn't an indictment on others, but an acknowledgement that they might not be the right soil for your assignment at this moment. It's essential to approach this mindful of what you're giving away.
That's thought-provoking. So discernment truly is an invitation for personal growth, both for ourselves and for those around us.
Absolutely. By practicing discernment, we empower ourselves and foster healthier relationships. We learn that it's not just about sharing, but also about connecting deeply with the right people who are ready to engage with what we offer.
As we wrap up today's discussion, what's the key takeaway for our listeners?
The key takeaway is this: discernment is not about cutting people off, but rather recognizing when it's best to protect your inner treasures. Not everyone is ready for every insight, and that's okay. By understanding this, we can navigate our relationships with intention, aligning our sharing with those ready to appreciate our pearls.
Thank you for such an enlightening conversation today. This exploration of discernment and its practical applications is sure to resonate with many listeners.
Thank you for tuning in, everyone. Remember to value your pearls and discern wisely. Until next time.